48 months since the office you took. You've accomplished so much. Let's have a look. 15 million unemployed, gas prices have doubled, foreclosures run rampant, real estate is still troubled. To over 16 trillion, our deficit has climbed. You can't spend enough on the taxpayer's dime. You increase your spending and borrow from China, then call Sandra Flute to discuss her vagina? So much time you have wasted on things not your concern, like embracing gay marriage while the economy burns. You've brainwashed so many. Confess what you've done. You've convinced them they're entitled to taxpayer funds. Welfare receivers up over 40%. You are retiring your voters and their descendants. Food stamp addiction up 50 million and counting. Taxpayers are shrinking while the deficit's mounting. What's wrong with your thinking? Can you not do the math? We are headed for destruction if we follow your path. One thing's for sure, you've answered the question. Are you smarter than a fifth grader? Clearly not. Your policies are your confession. You spent so much money, but you failed in your purpose. You can't create jobs. That's up to free markets. I mean, really, Mr. President, your own job council you avoid, yet you find time for the stump to beg to be reemployed. Retire the aged. They've worked hard and they've paid, so it's fair to pay them till in rest they are laid. But Barack, not to your pet sheeple, the able-bodied, shameless, and lazy, they think they are retired. Our taxes given to them, it's just crazy. I pity those people, they fell for your lie. Unlike the deserving aged, not soon enough will they die. The votes you received were ill-gotten gain, many cast for false hopes, or George Bush's disdain. Barack, you're ineffective. Step down, stand aside, admit you're a failure, admit that you lied. Your broken campaign promises, they are numerous we can see. Even all the top 10 lists cannot on them agree. Your administration is like a virus. The infection has spread and is deepening. I pray someday it will be eradicated with a shot of character and good reasoning. Now you do deserve some credit. You run one hell of a campaign. You turned out just enough suckers to continue your evil reign. And as we face uncertain tax hikes, I have to snicker a bit. Your supporters will be surprised when their paycheck takes a hit. Even those not working that live on government funds, inflation and required cuts could leave them a little stunned. Now all this talk of a fiscal cliff, it really doesn't matter. Those of us paying attention can see right through the chatter. Obamacare will be taking effect in spite of Republican objection. I trust everyone will then remember the cost of free contraception. Now, public funding of abortion is a concern to many others. If back in time we could go, I'd gladly pay for your mothers. Your economics are a failure, but I overstate the obvious. I'll not digress, so let's move on. There's foreign policy to discuss. Your first term began with an apology tour. America is arrogant and dismissive, and we cause too much war. You shook hands with Gaddafi and pumped fists with Chavez, promised flexibility to the Russians if you became a two-term prez. You've begun to show a pattern that we must recognize. You declare war on our wealthy, yet with our enemy you empathize. At every turn you diss Israel. Is there a hidden reason? I wonder if you would win or lose if you were tried for treason. Are your intentions evil? The evidence is circumstantial. Perhaps you're just incompetent. Proof of that is becoming substantial. Al-Qaeda is happy when you outed our spies while they made underwear bombs. Perhaps they carry your size. Iraq's a disaster since you pulled out our troops. Nope, no status forces agreement, so Al-Qaeda came back and regrouped. The war on terror is ending because you gave a date to the Taliban. Now they simply hunker down until we leave Afghanistan. Bin Laden is dead, you proclaim loud and on cue. Death to those that would destroy America. Perhaps the crosshairs should be on you. Iraq is winning the nuclear game. They will soon have a warhead upon us to take aim. And the attack in Benghazi, proof you lie and deceive. If there was justice in this world, impeachment you'd receive. You are a bald-faced liar, and poor Hillary Clinton suffers from concussions. What? No one wants to testify. Under oath, there will be no discussion. You are a failed experiment, and history will judge you a pathogen. Heck, you're not even truly black. Rush Limbaugh was right. You're a African. Don't get too comfy while our country you loot. I'm not so sure you've got 4 years. Maybe, just maybe, you'll get the boot. Yeah, I know, but I can hope. In this new year for success and the outing of Obama. And to America, I say, God bless. Happy New Year.